Greetings, everyone. So this is Ben, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 3 flows that you must have for your Klaviyo account. So I have a marketing agency where we help e-commerce businesses scale with mostly Klaviyo email marketing. I'm not an expert in TikTok, social media ads, Facebook ads, Pinterest, none of this stuff. This is what I've been doing for the last 7 years. Help my clients make over $30 million in revenue just from email. And I worked with 2 Fortune 500 companies before. So that's why you might want to give me a listen. Still new to YouTube. If you could comment, like, and subscribe and bell notifications, all of that good stuff, that would be exceptional. And let's get straight into it. So when it comes to talking about the 3 most flows, you might be looking for some exceptional, like new things that I might want to talk about. But a lot of the people that come to me, the advice that I give, it often disappoints them because it's the simple, boring stuff. So since I'm new to YouTube, this video might not be very optimized for the algorithm. So I'm just gonna like walk you through them one by one. And if you want to continue listening to the end, that's cool. That's up to you. Not really gonna sell too much to you, so just gonna make this my initial thoughts on like flows in general as well. So in general, like if you're someone that you're thinking, oh, I want to make my emails like super complicated. I want to have there's so many courses and like people out there talking about, oh, you need to have the most tailored emails, like everyone should get their own tailored emails. And yeah, that could happen, but realistically, how much time do you have? Like if you're watching this video, that probably means that you don't really maybe have the time, the money to invest into someone that will set this up for you for like $2,000 to $3,000 or something. If you do, feel free to message me, by the way. But if you're not someone that has that sort of money to invest, then you probably want to set it up yourself, in which case you want to keep it simple, right? Because you want to focus on your delivery, making sure that everything arrives on time, product quality, customer service, that you get good reviews and people are happy with your service overall, and most importantly, finding new winning products and Facebook ads. I'm just always amazed at people who don't have these 2 skills and then they really want to get exceptional emails in place. Let's start from the get-go. So the flow that contains the most mistakes I've ever seen in my life is the welcome flow. So whenever you're creating your welcome flow, often people will be creating it based on the Klaviyo default settings, which is wrong. So the reason why that's wrong is because it will connect. Like chances are, if you're watching this video and you're using Klaviyo, you probably installed through Shopify, right? Shopify or WooCommerce or maybe some of the other like ecom platforms. Let's just, for simplicity's sake, let's say that you have a Shopify integration, right? With that being the case, you're gonna want to when you come to the integrations page, I don't want to click here again because just on this account I don't have a Shopify integration, but you need to have that, and then make that like people that subscribe, make them connected to the email list. I set up this account 2 minutes ago, so this is my main. And by the way, you can email me if you have questions on like this email. It's fine. So email list, so you gotta come here, and I mean, unless you sell really tricky products or really tricky like if you sell stuff in the US and you have a legit business and you're not scamming people, you can turn on single opt-in. Okay, we can talk about the legal side of everything later on. If you want to go super safe, you can go double opt-in, but this will send a pretty ugly email to people, which many people are not aware of. Klaviyo will set this up for you. Subscribe page, email confirmation. So you can edit it here. Confirm your subscription. Yes, I want to subscribe. So people are going to be receiving this email first, by the way, unless you have double opt-in turned off and switch to single opt-in. But yeah, we can talk about the legal stuff in another video, which is gonna do terribly for my algorithm because and nobody wants to know about that. I mean, everyone wants to know it, but nobody wants to spend a 10-minute video looking at it. But the point is, if you clearly state to people that by subscribing, um, they accept you contacting them via email, like it could even be this exact sentence I just said, then single opt-in should be fine if you sell in the US. In the EU, it's much more complicated, okay? So that's first things first there. And what I would recommend, so since this is the welcome series, and there's a slight change, by the way, between like what sort of like niches you might be operating in. So for example, if you sell $2,000 couches or something where you don't really anticipate that many repeat purchases, then this flow is going to be especially important. Everything pre-purchase is more important if you sell expensive stuff. If you sell less expensive stuff, like say coffee, for example, or supplement, where it's a consumable, people come back to buy again and again and again, then the post-purchase emails become more important. So that's just a very simple way to think about that. And so whenever I set up a welcome series, I would always be connecting it to a sign-up form. Unless you make 100K per month, I would set this up through Klaviyo just because to keep everything very simple. So like if I have a store, let's say you make 10 to 20K per month, I would do a pop-up with Klaviyo with, let's say, okay, let's just collect email just for now, just for simplicity's sake. I know that I'm talking about a pop-up, but this is a crucial element to the welcome series because the main mistake people make is they connect it to the email list, which means when someone buys something or when they subscribe on your pop-up, they will both receive this email, which actually, like, if you want to like really keep it simple, it's fine. But after a while, you don't want to send, like, let's say in this pop-up, for example, we're going to be offering a coupon code. At coupon code, let's say classic one, welcome 10, get 10% off. Yeah, that's fine. Next. Klaviyo helps you with building out a lot of these things. Building your form, excellent. Left-sided image. So a lot of people, just my general approach to life and also email marketing. One reason why I love email marketing is because it might not be the sexiest of the marketing channels, but it's really, really effective. And it's a great example of less is more. So I think out of all of the options that you can do, you could get your designer to create a really pretty image. I think this will convert the best without the image. Get 10% off, sign up to receive your discount, email, sign me up. That's it. Like that is it. Yeah, like you could add, for example, like a small text in here. Let me just, okay, it can be duplicated, obviously. So how do I add a block? Okay, add blocks. Let's just add a little text block here with a really small font size. And by the way, whenever you create anything in email marketing in Klaviyo, you always want to preview the mobile version first because 80% of your traffic will be via mobile devices. And by providing us with your email and signing up to our list, you agree to be contacted via email by us in the future. This is a little bit like wordy, and yeah, you could optimize this if you like. For example, I'm from Hungary, right? I lived in the UK for 10 years and I've been helping US companies. You agree to be contacted via email by us in the future. It's a little bit wordy. It's worded a little bit weird, but it's fine. Cool. So yes, if you have a paid Klaviyo account, you can remove this. Can I actually upgrade to a paid plan to not display this? But I think it's fine. It actually looks kind of okay. Sign me up is never a good copy. Always give them the benefit, get 10% off. Yeah, and by the way, as you can see, it's this is a little bit like annoying to set all of this up. If you want me to set this up, you can. There's going to be a link in the description below. You can contact me and or book a call. Nice. So we've got this. All of this is here. Excellent. I'm of the opinion that my friend said it beautifully. It's better to work on your business or to do business than to play business. So a lot of people play business where they think positioning and design and all this stuff is so important. But realistically, if you're building a Shopify store now, if you're obviously Zara, it definitely makes sense to have pretty emails, right? If you're Zara, if you're Dior, or if you're Chanel, definitely makes sense. Or if you jewelry specifically, and some fashion stores where maybe some interior like home decor emails, for example, like the more visual, like for example, supplements are not visual products at all, right? But jewelry item, very visual product. So for them, yeah, it could make sense to have prettier emails. But unless you're in that like very visual space and very expensive stuff, like if your AOV, average order value, is under $100, fuck design. Okay. Like swearing probably impacts my algorithm negatively, but this is the kind of channel that this might be. So cool. Right. Email pop-up. So that we've set it up, and oh yeah, just make sure that you have a confirmation message. Let me just see how I'm doing for time. 12 minutes already. So we're going to be rushing through a lot of this, obviously, because I had to like explain a lot of this other stuff. Cool. So yeah, success page, give them discount code, and then the flow that will be connected to this is welcome series. Create welcome series, make it connected to this, let's say, email list for now. But if you're going to be, if you sell supplements, for example, or something along those lines, then that people consume, then definitely create a separate post-purchase flow that is not connected to the email list. So yeah, we're not offering anything for now. We don't really care about like social media or anything like I worked with over 200 brands so far. I never really saw that much of an ROI from like leading people to your Instagram, unless you're like a influencer marketing type, like Fashion Nova business where you already have, or you really want to grow your Instagram, but realistically it doesn't make any sense. It's better to add the social proof. It's better to add your other bestsellers. It's better to add like proof, like for example, if you're a supplement product, like adding an image of a doctor that would have approved of your products if it's the case. And yeah, always make the copy more benefit based, and always make the copy curiosity based too, if possible, unless you really worry about being salesy or like that type of stuff. Like for example, my subject line that always performs the best for all businesses is "I'm sorry" in the subject line. Like that will have the high. Like if you want to see how good your open rate can be, write your email with "I'm sorry" or like add that to the subject line. Okay, welcome series. The other two, so the number 2 most important flow, surprise, abandoned cart. The third one might be a surprise, probably will be, but abandoned cart, you can't go. Like you have to have abandoned cart flow. If you have a Klaviyo account and you don't have abandoned cart flow and you want to create all this complicated stuff for campaigns, just stick to the basics, man or woman. Okay. Like it's really important. A good abandoned cart recovery rate in e-commerce is 10%. Klaviyo, like when you go to the flows, create flow, it will be one of the first ones. And Klaviyo will have a pre-built one for you. You can start with like, if you really don't have time, you can start with like 2 emails. No, I don't want to build my own actually. And I don't know why it doesn't show up, but like this new flow builder is a little bit weird. View all flows, nurture. Can I please just have, this is unbelievable. Okay. Why is it? Oh, because, okay, it doesn't show up for me because I don't have an e-commerce integration integrated, because I just connected this to my website, which is not an e-commerce store. So, but yeah, this will come up. Klaviyo will add a dynamic block for you and already the initial email is like, honestly, if you have some copy where there's no like big typos and there's no like variable fields, like for example hi first name that stay first name, it actually, you can just like keep things simple and like don't say the first name. It's not that important, honestly. If you have some copy there, if you have the dynamic block of like what they're reviewing, and you have a button that works, like it goes back to your website, even if it doesn't go to the cart page, it's ideal if it goes to the cart page. But if it doesn't, just goes to the website, it's a good email. Okay. I just want to keep that simple, and it's short. Amazing email. Okay. So just add 2 emails to your abandoned cart flow. And number 3, right? Browse abandonment. Browse abandonment flow, that one usually makes as much money as abandoned cart. So that's when it's the viewed product, what's it called, metric that will be your best friend, and that will be the trigger of that flow. Very similar to abandoned cart. You could have almost the same, don't have the same copy, just almost the same is fine. Hey, you got great taste, blah blah blah. Honestly, the Klaviyo one that is pre-built is pretty fine. Like if you have your logo there and you just use those dynamic blocks that remind people of what they were looking at, it's great. You don't need to offer a discount yet. If you're okay with like 10% off, it's good. 5% is a little too low, but 10% is okay. Do that. You have these 3 flows, and you should be making like 10% extra revenue from Klaviyo. That was about the video. Very quick thing that I wanted to mention here. So don't get fooled by all of the influencers on YouTube or on Facebook groups who keep talking about, oh, you're like, unless you get like 40% revenue from Klaviyo, you're like really messing up. Every store is different. Okay, every store is different. Um, if you're getting like 10 to 20% just from the flows, you're already good. Even if it's less than that, by the way, I'm working with this store right now where we're doing everything like as I usually would do, and very similarly set up. It's like interior design, how I set up in the interior design store where we got 45% extra revenue from Klaviyo. Very similar setup, and just their audience is not that great. Okay, like it's just so there's something about the audience. It's a really excuse me. It's a relatively new store. The audience is a little bit weak. Just give it some time, okay? Just have your flows, and unless you have more than 10,000 website visitors per month, just have these 3 flows in there, and or maybe 4 if you have one of these like consumable products with the addition of the post purchase flow, and in that way you can separate it from the welcome series and have these 4 flows running. Don't worry about campaigns unless it's Black Friday or like your product is really related to Valentine's Day or like something like that. Don't worry too much about that. You could send a campaign if you have extra time, but otherwise focus on traffic, okay? And for that, look at all of the other guys' videos on YouTube that talk about that sort of stuff. So for example, for Facebook ads, I really liked to watch Nick Theriot's videos. I think he's doing great. So yeah, I'm not affiliated to him, by the way, at all. It's just I was studying them and I looked at it and I thought it was videos that were well done. So that's it. Thank you guys. GG, love, peace, and please subscribe and comment and all of that good stuff. If you got this far in the video, I love you. Really appreciate your time. Have a great rest of your day. You're going to crush it.